Shalom, shalom. This brother Kapaya Yes back with another lesson. I'd like to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rikah Kodash, and double honor to the men of Great Millstone that is out there on the highway and byway, pushing this truth day in and day out, also pushing this truth over the worldwide internet, reaching for the elect to pull them out of a two-thirds state of mind so that we can be beamed up on those chairs of salvation to live in the kingdom under King David and the supreme King Yahweh Shai, which he has the title of command and authority and rulership over heaven and earth. The title was given to Yahweh Shai by his father Yahweh. Also, I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe GMS has the 100% truth of the Bible to the Akim and Aqua, which are the men and women that listen, learn, and continue to pray for more faith, repent, and fast, and keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability, as it states in John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandment. Also Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandment, for this is the whole duty of men. As you can see, two hands, a left and a right, both have a chip, and this is what we are. Not me personally, but this is what the society want for the people of Babylon to take, to be in order, to be under their control, right? And this right here is what's going to get you, number one, destroyed. And I mean, that's pretty much all I can say on that. But what I want to say is this right here. If you take this, you can forget a trip on the chariot. It's a wrap, because you are now set for destruction. If you take what you see here in this image, you are following the ways of the power that's in charge. He wants the world to have this device in your hand or in your forehead. This is biblical, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what's going to get you. It's going to get you from. It's going to cause you to be destroyed. That's number one. And you can forget that amazing trip on the chariots, looking down over Babylon, because you're going to be in the mix of all that destruction. If you take this little device that he is pushing over in these other countries, and also to the military, right? I did a video about this simple Eve that went and had that device put in her hand, and she thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. You know, the greatest inventions besides cotton candy. I'm just throwing out some shit, you know. But this is what is going to keep you off them chariots. You're going to miss the bus. You're going to miss the chariot if you take this, and you most definitely going to be destroyed. Revelation 13, we will start at 15. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast. Now, the beast represent what? Roman, right? The image is his ways. See, you know, America is a Roman 2.0. Rome was defeated, but now, you know, Rome 2.0 is like the phoenix bird that rises up out the fire, you know, to rule again. And this is where we at right now. And the image is his ways, you know, ABC 1, 2, 3 people, Transformers. His ways is contrary against the Bible. You know, he pick and choose what he want out the Bible to protect him and you to serve him, and by putting up his his pale image of Humashiach Yahweh Shai. This is his way, you know, giving you his Christianity, his man-made religion. This is his way. Serving under him and doing the same thing that he do. This is his way. You know, and taking this MOTB is his way too, because he wants everybody to take it, including his own people. This is their image of everybody following his way. It says here, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The beast, like that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be unalive. So, like I said, you know, with the homo stuff, that's his ways. You know, that's the image of this man. But the deal that he wants you to do is, you know, is take that the MOTB, verse 16. You know, because if you don't take it, you know, you're not part of society no more. You're off the grid. And then, you know, you won't be no different from a wild, you know, from a deer in the woods. They can take you out of here because you're not part of their plan. You're not part of their system. So you'll be looked at as a deer to them, as something of unnecessary. Less of life, nothing, if you don't take this. This is why we need Yahweh B'Shem Shai to be on our side. You know, because we have no protection. He does, but we don't. So it says in verse 16, and he called all people. As a matter of fact, he wants this MOTB. In the beginning, he want them in your pets still today, and he marketed where, you know, if anything happened to your pet, you can find where it is. It's a tracker, and see, and he slipped that under a lot of people. You know, he put a wool on a lot of people's eyes, thinking that, okay, well, this is just going to be for animals. No, it's for you too. You know, and I believe at one time they were thinking about like for rapists, murderers, and stuff like that. You know, if they were going to put one of those devices into them so that they can track them in fear of them doing the same thing, doing the same crime, murdering and raping. Now he wants everybody to take this MOTB, you know. So let's go back to 16 again. And he calls all, both small, you know, from your poor, you know, to the people that's out there on the streets, living in tent cities and stuff like that, to the, you know, the person that's making, you know, just making your average wage from, you know, from 9 to 5 jobs. Right? And great. You know, your Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, you know, to your congressmen, your leaders, you know, your presidents. I know there's some stipulations as you go higher, because it's not really for them. It's only for, you know, just for certain people. Not all, you know, because it's going to stop when you go higher. You know, it probably won't even be for just for the president. Probably won't be for the vice president. You know, it probably exempt from the people in Congress. You know, I'm just saying, I don't know. But for you regular, you know, Jakes, and you rich Jakes and wealthy Jakes that is not part of the government, or whatever, listen, you're going to have to be, you're going to be forced to take that, or you're going to lose out on your millions. So I'm just letting you know, this is prophetic, this is biblical, this is about to happen, right? Rich and poor, free and bond. We're not free, even though it says free. It's saying free because we're not locked up. But we're not free. We're still under this man tutelage, under his foot, under his power. The bond, those guys that's in jail doing free labor, making what, 10 cents a day, 20, I don't know, to receive a MOTB in their right hand and in their forehead. Yes, that MOTB, like Elon Musk, he came up with the neural chip. Yeah, that's going into your head to control certain nerves. Like if you paralyzed, that can give, I guess, some type of shock wave or whatever to get those old nerves, those damaged nerves, to popping, for less of terminology, a word for what for what it consists of, but to get it back to working, so you can walk again, so you can move your arms, for anything, and they're going to use these miracles to get, like I said, the Bible said, this is going to be so powerful, just paraphrasing, it's going to be so powerful, that it's going to deceive a lot of people, but also some of the children of Israel that's in the truth. Because you got some of our people that believe in the truth, they can't walk, they can't talk, they can't do certain things, and it's going to intrigue them. I want to talk, I want to walk, I want to move, I want to feel this, I want to feel it, I want to see. And then you're going to miss out on that trip. You're going to miss out on that chariot ride. You're going to get destroyed. Keep the faith. Stay locked in. We don't have that much long. This economy is falling. Things are getting expensive. Inflation, hyperinflation is next. Prepare. Get you, just like I was telling my wife, get some canned goods. Get you a few bags of rice, some few boxes of potatoes. Get some non-perishable stuff that can last. Get it while you can get it, if you're able to. I'm not telling you to go get broke, but that's around the corner too. Everybody gonna be broke. And when you see your next door neighbor, or you see your family member coming towards your house, you're gonna know that they are out of everything, and they are broke. And it's gonna be a problem. The first enemy is gonna be family. Second is gonna be neighbors. And they can come in any different order. I'm just thinking like a man. So they're nearly, yes, this is what Elon Musk, that's part of that MOTB also. And guess what? Yeah, if it's going to help you walk or help you talk or help you grow hair, whatever it is, it's a tractor, it's a traction on it also. They'll be able to track you down. Ain't no different from what you see up top right here, this MOTB in your hand. No different, right? Verse 17. And no man might buy or sell. You can't do nothing. You're off the grid if you don't have this device. You ain't got to have two. You can have one. It ain't got to be in your hand. It can be in your feet. It can be in your butt cheek if you're freaky. You got a lot of, I ain't going to call the man's name out, but, people know You know, it's big talk on TV. I'm not even gonna call that man's name out, but you got a lot of them like that. You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if Esau Edom would put an MOTB in his butt cheek, and he dropping it like a hot just to get a package of hot dogs. Hell, it's gonna be so bad, hell, that if you go to a gas station and you don't have that MOTB, you can't go take a shit. And Esau got a MOTB in his butt, and he got to twerk, and he got damn near shit to get in a doggone male restroom. So he got to twerk, shake his ass to get that doggone thing to scan. Then he go in there and take a shit. I wouldn't doubt it. Now that just, I'm being facetious, but you got some freaking people out here that will do something like that for the hell of it. But anyway, going back to this here, it says here, and that no man might by himself save, almost like at least, you know, he that has the mark, you know what that is, or the name of the beast. The mark is that Slocky, hold on. That MOTB, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You know, it can be 666 and the Karagma and stuff like that. So, you know, you don't want to take this. This is not in the plans of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. You know, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai want the men to be soldiers, want the men to present their body and live a sacrifice, do this work. You women, all y'all do is just, I mean, it's so simple. Just fall in line, be quiet. We're not telling you that you can't say a damn thing. You know, just let us ride, you know, let us drive this car. You be submissive, take care of the kids. And you gonna take care of them kids by yourself. The man, he gonna take care of you and them kids. All you gotta do is just be submissive, you know, and let him teach you. And when he's not around you, you teach the kids. Get you a Bible and read. Read what was taught to you so that it can be embedded in your mind, right? So when you do take it, here's your destruction right here. Revelation 14, and this is so simple. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, and that's not a pretty word. Wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup. You know, a lot of people that love to drink, you know, they want to throw some in there to like knock some of the stout out of that scotch or that vodka or whatever, you know, harsh drink there is. You know, I'm not too much of a drinker, but sometimes people will, you know, say, well, put a little something in there to knock the stoutness out of it, so it won't be, you know, too hard for me to drink it. You know, I want it somewhat kind of smooth. But Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, Yahweh Shai said he's not going to add any mixture to the cup of his indignation, his anger. He's not going to cool it down. No, he's coming furious. You know? And he shall be tormented with fire. That he is talking about Esau Edom, because he's the number one we call enemy of Yahweh by Shemashah, that he wants the best. Then the heathen, then 2/3 of our people. And brimstone in the presence of the holy angel. The holy angel is going to be with Yahweh Shai. The holy angel is going to shoot fire out of the chariot. because Yahushua is going to give the angels the command to shoot fire, to shoot that laser fire, and it's accurate. You don't need a scope on that. It's going to get who it want to get. I'm shit. Anyway, and in the presence of the Lamb. So yeah, listen. As I tell you in 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, you can read it. He's going to be coming out to see it, out of the cloud. The cloud, like you see today, the cloud carry what? We call carry water. I'm trying to say the word, but I can't really say it. Perspiration, if I'm saying it right. Because you took science. It rained, the sun come out, the sun dries up the water evacuates back into the atmosphere, and condensation. And that condensation builds up, and it builds up, and then all of a sudden it pours back. It's a cycle of life, and oh man, I kind of lost my, so the clouds represent the sea, and Yahushua is going to come through those clouds. They just say break through the cloud, come through the sea, because like I said, the clouds have that condensation. If you ever been on a plane and you land and you can see the condensation in the window or on the wings of the plane, the clouds, as the planes go through the cloud, it carries moisture, it carries speckles of water. That's why I said the sea of the cloud when Yahushua come through with the angel. And when you see that, and it's going to be hell on you if you got this in your hand. It doesn't matter if you get a knife and dig in your hand and pull it out. No, you already done served the earthly master. But now when you see Yahushua, now, I'm sorry, it's too late. You didn't keep the faith from the beginning when you took it, because you want that easy ride. You didn't want to suffer. They tell you Matthew 5, Matthew 10, John 15 about persecution and suffering and people hating you. Listen, you got to go through the same damn thing. So you can just forfeit. You pretty much, when you take this here, you forfeit your ticket. No trips, but just destruction. That's it. In front of Yahweh, Shai, and the holy angels. That's your destruction. Wow, because when he comes, this is what he's gonna tell his people. It says here. Give me 1 second. Verse 11, Revelation 11. And this is for the people that did not take the MOTB, right? They preserve, and this is through Yahushua. Yahushua is going to preserve their seat in the chariot to get the first class, the spiritual first class seat, to look out of those windows, to look down over Babylon at the destruction. Boy, you talking about the most greatest feeling ever. The most greatest feeling ever. I guarantee you, you won't, listen, have nobody, if you party like, you're not from, I don't care if you lived on this earth for 144 years, you're not going to experience this feeling right here. This is going to be something brand new. It's going to be stronger than your first piece of ass. You mean when you got your first piece of ass, you all excited, your body felt different, you felt like you're going through some type of time zone. And then when you bust, and then you just, oh man, you just like, wow, this is the greatest feeling ever. Listen, it's gonna be extremely stronger than that. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be extremely stronger than that. And for you women, hey, just think about the best feeling you ever had. It's not gonna be compared to when he beamed you up and you feel yourself being off balance a little bit, like what's going on, like the people that be in those earthquakes in California, they get to shaking and moving around and being discombobulated, and they trying to hold on to something. I truly do believe that's going to happen. Because when you get picked up, you be like, hold on, what's going on? Then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I'm part of the leg. I'm telling you, there's going to be people screaming and shouting and crying. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm telling you, that's going to be the best feeling ever. You can, like I said, the feeling of first time having sex, or the feeling of winning the Super Bowl or the NBA, or the feeling of meeting your mother or your father for the first time. Listen, all that together. Or some people that's on drugs and they say, especially crack. Our people, oh man, that was a hard drug for a lot of our people to get off that particular drug right there. And for some people, they crack, once they hit it, they forget about their children, they forget about their livelihood, they forget about who they are as a man and a woman, and deal with other men in the same same sex and stuff like that, because it's a powerful drug, and they just had to get it. It's gonna be something. Listen, find out you and let it be something more powerful than that. Anything that you can put together that cause you to feel good, it ain't going to compare. So let me just finish this right here. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, and then 3 days and a half, I think it was 360 years, I believe, from the time we came over here to the time we woke up. When they started teaching this truth in 1969. So 360 years going back, I want to say to 1416 to is it? What is it? No, it was 1619 or something like that. Yeah, 1619 to 1968, something like that. 350 years, something like that. That's when the Spirit came in through Albert Givens, if I'm accurate on the name. I'm gonna read it again. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them. Talking about the children of Israel. That when, like I said, I think Albert Givens, when he first, the Heavenly Father, they a lot of men in GMS claim that he is Elijah, and I truly do believe it too. So he brought back the truth through Albert Givens, which is, we think that he is Elijah in the Bible, and that Spirit woke up a lot of men, right? So let's keep it up. And they stood up on their feet. The Heavenly Father, through the teaching, made a lot of men that was dead rise up, stood up on their feet, because you got the information. The truth and the knowledge of the Holy Spirit came into the dead bodies of those men and women, right? And great fear fell upon them which saw them. So and the heathen nation, they know that if Yahweh Bashim Shah come back into these people and we wake up, our power is going to come back to us, and we're going to take back over. It tells you in 2 Ezra 6:9 that this is prophetic. This is a future event that's going to happen. Kingdom. Let me hold on. Let me see. Can I get it right? That The end of Esau's kingdom is the beginning of Jacob's kingdom. So this kingdom here is going to fall. Why? Because the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Abishai entered into the men, starting with Abba Bibin in 1969 or 68, 69, and the word spread it. It went around like wildfire, and it woke up certain men that was dead, didn't have no knowledge who they were, and they stood up on their feet out on the highway and byway, presenting their body a living sacrifice, pushing the truth, waking up other men from then all the way to now. And now they have an issue with us. They're afraid of us. They want us to stop preaching. They want us to be behind bars. They want us to be unalive. This is why they are afraid. They want to get rid of us. This is why Trump is pushing a lot of the Northern Kingdom out of here. And next, you niggas, you are no good Eve. You're next. You're next. While you laughing at the Northern Kingdom getting pushed out of here, you're next. But anyway, he afraid because we are waking up, and he want us out of here. He want us out of here. Verse 12. And this is what we waiting for, salvation right here, right? And they heard a great voice. Who is they? The children of Israel, and also the heathen nation, also Esau, also 2/3. Everybody is going to see him come through those clouds. Everybody's going to hear him say this right here. And this is what we waiting for. It's this right here, right? Come up hither. And who is that he's talking about? Come up hither. The children of Israel. The elect, not all the children of Israel. The elect of the children of Israel. The women that was obedient to their husband. Took care of home. They strive to the best of their ability to be that virtuous woman, as Proverbs 31 tells them to be. They were submissive to their husband. They did everything to make him. She became a pillar of rest for him. She made his job here on earth, putting the truth, a lot easier. Because we got to deal with work. We got to deal with this highway out here. We got to deal with our bosses. We got to deal with other principalities, evenness of this earth. But when we come home, we're in our domain. And our woman, she's a pillar of rest instead of being an enemy to us. So you women, when you feel that, oh shoot, I'm finna lose my balance during that time, and you look up and you hear Yahweh Shai saying, come up hither. Because a lot of us, as the Bible says, it's going to be something that we never experienced. Some of us going to have doubts. Did I do enough? Did I pray enough? Did I do the work? Was I submissive enough to my husband? And then when he comes, he said it's going to be great fear to everyone. Everybody's going to bow down. Oh, the person is going to fall on their knee. And guess what? Yeah, screaming, crying, hollering, because the fear of Yahweh Bashim Abishai. But he going to say, come up hither. And when you feel that little, I'm just thinking like a man, feel that uneasiness, you feel yourself floating up, just go start screaming and shouting. Because you have been selected from the beginning of time. You have been selected from the beginning of time. You are his favorite out of all the people in the earth. Out of all the people of the earth. You men, you have been picked. You have been picked from the beginning. You were the first of the first. And you women, just like Mary, she was highly she was highly praised out of all the women on the earth because she's part of the elect too. And guess what? You women that are of the elect, the 1/3, the other women, they're gonna be praising you. Or better yet, I don't know about praising. Let me take that back. Admiring you, like you are one of the greatest, the greatest women that ever walked this earth, because you was anointed and picked out by Yahweh, by Shem Shai, to serve the elect men, to keep them comfort, to not giving them any hell in the earth. But when he come and he tell us to look up, to come up hither, like I said, hey, just if you want, go crazy in a good way. Shout. Hell, if you're a singer, sing your best. Matter of fact, I believe your singing is going to enhance 144%. If you sing anything like Patti LaBelle or any of those top women that can get down, I ain't talking about those singers today. You know, I'm talking about women that really can sing, really can blow. Listen, it's going to enhance. You're going to be in those spiritual bodies. Boy, I'm telling you, it's going to be a wonderful sight. And like I said, it says they come up here and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, in a chariot, in a space ship. And their enemy beheld them. The one that took that, see this right here? MOTB, you are the enemy of us, because you're not with us. You decide you want to run to the government for help. You want to make America great again. You want to go back to normalcy. We all do, don't get me wrong, but a little sacrificing, a little starving, you know, a little bit of something that's uncomfortable, you're going to turn that over for, you know, just to put something in your hand because you can't do it. Number one, you don't have the faith. That's what it is. You just don't have the faith, and the Lord didn't pick you. You know. So, yes, if you take this here, you already done forfeit your ticket for the chariot ride, and you're going to face destruction. And I'm gonna end it right there. I don't went too long. I wasn't expecting to go this long on it, but this is just in the spirit. You know, I was listening to Apostle Gabar and his video. Let me just go to it so that people can go and subscribe to his video here. So like, give me and pull this up right quick. I'm gonna look at that next. That video that you just saw by the Jersey guys from Jersey there. And Apostle Gabar, his video, what I just saw. Yeah, strange. There it is right there. The strangeness of our salvation, what does it mean? So I was just looking at this and the Spirit just hit me. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, when I look at other brother videos, you know, I don't copy off nobody. I take a little bit of what you're talking about, and then I'll come up with different scriptures, and bam, 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 there you go, you know. So I'm gonna go back to finish this right here. But listen, the Heavenly Father, He ain't playing. You take that MOTB, no chariot ride, but you know, you gonna get that chariot ride of fire, which gonna come out the center part of those chariots. So I'm gonna end it right there. Shalom, shalom.